Alright, Senecine here. We've been hearing on the radio and MSNBC over the past couple days, there's a bunch of ridiculousness in our government. And I want to warn you that the new Red Scare is here. I'm not talking about communists, but I'm talking about Republican Party. Okay. Here's what... the thing I'm mainly talking about is the abortion rights, because we should have the same rights we used to have before this mess came. We should have the abortion rights that the women deserve, and even the women on Congress are voting against it. Doesn't make sense! And then the other one, gotta think. Well, the other issue is talking about 2022, the midterms, and how if we end up with Republicans on most of the Congress, I'm going to need to move to Canada, to Toronto, and then create my civilian utopia country, buying land from the north of Canada for civilian dollars. It's another thing I might talk about in another video, is my own country that can provide us a utopian society. Be much better. Not have any military or prisons. Run without all those problems. Anyway, we can't have Trump win the election in 2 years from now. Here's the main story. After 8 years of having the second best president, in my opinion, serve at the White House, Barack Obama, ironically, the only president better than him was a Republican. That was Abraham Lincoln. But back then, in the 1800s, the Republican Party was much better than it is now. So, anyway, we had this mess, since Donald Trump is a really famous rich guy. He gets all the support for being a president, no matter how corrupt he really is. He's even convinced people after his term, after his 4 years, that he's even convinced people who probably do not even agree with his political methods to agree with him because of some sort of kickback scheme. Like January 6th, for example. Who in their right mind wants to end democracy? These Republicans getting Trump's feelings, they're not understanding what they're going to go through, how they're going to suffer too if they lose democracy. It's not just the Democrats that are going to struggle and miss democracy, it's the Republicans too, if they get Trump's thoughts. And I'm surprised Biden hasn't investigated the prison camps along the south border of the United States, like in Texas and New Mexico. Why hasn't Biden shut those places down and put these boys and girls who are alone in the country in a boarding school where they can much better live a life away from their parents if their parents can't go into the United States because of just some stupid citizenship laws? We should let everybody into the United States if they have a background of being in an unsafe place, like South America. South and Central America. But we need to stop this Red Scare. Everything must be done to make sure that Trump can't run for 2024 election. Everything must be done to either create a new political party to replace the Republicans or return the Republican Party to the way it was at least 20 or 30 years ago. Because the mess we've come to with the current Republican Party compared to when George W. Bush or Ronald Reagan was in office is a whole lot worse than it ever was before. And I'm scared. We need to stop the Republicans. We need a new political party, much like how the Republicans came in right before slavery was outlawed. They did a good job on that, but we need a new political party to replace the Republicans. And this Red Scare is just really scary. Even women who these women in the Congress are not thinking straight about abortion. What if they're probably the ones who experience, or not experience, but they're the ones who are affecting their own selves, their own kind, too, females. They're not thinking straight. I mean, how could all these women in the Congress be like, oh, abortion should be illegal? Most women should be thinking that it shouldn't be. And 2022, we got to make sure that 75% or more of the Congress is Democrat, or we're in big trouble. We also need to process things through to prevent Donald Trump from running again in 2024. We need to take away some of his fame, get more people to start agreeing with the Democrats, but that's going to be hard. That's going to be it for now. 6-minute mark, almost, now.